Hello everyone, this is Dave from Dave's Recent Things. Today I'm going to show you how to make this big beautiful bow in lavender and purple for your wreath. Now why don't I just get started and I'll show you how I made it. I'm using 2.5-inch wired ribbon. This is in purple and a lavender color, but you can choose any color combination that you want. 2.5-inch wired ribbon works perfect for this bow. I'm using my ruler, laying it down, and my ribbon as well. Finding that 12-inch mark, gathering it together, placing it in my left hand, and then I'm going to measure out 12 inches again. Gather it, place it in my left hand to create our first loop, and I'm going to continue finding that 12-inch mark, gathering it, placing it in my left hand, creating another bow at the bottom, and we're going to create one last bow using the same method, and then I'm going to measure out that final 12 inches, grab my scissors, and cut it at that 12-inch mark. I'm going to grab a full-length pipe cleaner, find the center of that, and place that right around where I gathered all of that ribbon. Make sure it's all face up, give it a really good twist a couple of times, and then once that's all done, I'm going to fold those ribbons in half, grab my scissors, cut on an angle, and that's going to create a beautiful little dovetail for both of our tails. This is called a swallowtail, a dovetail, however you want, but it finishes up our ribbon. Moving on to our second ribbon, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to do it at the 10-inch mark. So I lay my ribbon down, gather at the 10-inch mark, create our loops, twisting it right at the center to ensure that that good side is facing up, measure out 10 inches, gather it, place that in my left hand, twist for the good side facing up, creating our loops and our tails. Our third loop is done. I'm going to measure out 10 inches for our final one, creating our second tail. I'm going to cut at that 10-inch mark, grab that pipe cleaner, fold it in half, place it right at the center where we have gathered all of our ribbon, twisting it a couple of times, making sure that it's nice and secure, and then our final little touch, we're going to cut on an angle, creating those beautiful dovetails, and segment number 2 is all done. We'll put that to the side. Grab our ribbon again. I'm using the purple ribbon one more time, and I'm going to do the exact same process. This time, I'm going to do it at 8 inches. So we're gathering at 8 inches, making that tail, making that loop, gathering it again at 8 inches. The bow side goes to the bottom, gathering at 8 inches, creating another loop. So we have 3 loops and 2 tails for this segment. Grabbing our scissors, cutting it at 8 inches. There's our pipe cleaner. We're going to twist that right in the center, making sure that ribbon is not going to go anywhere. Giving a couple of really good twists, and then the finishing touch, folding that ribbon in half, cutting on an angle, and we're going to create 2 dovetails for both of the tails. And this is segment number 3. And after this, we're going to make one more segment, and I'm going to go back to the first ribbon we used. This time, we're going to do it at 6 inches. So we have 4 segments here, and this one, we're going to do 2 tails and 2 loops. You can kind of see I'm at the end of my roll, and I just made it. And we're creating our second loop, bringing it to our left hand, and now we have that tail, which is just enough. Then I'm going to grab that full-length pipe cleaner again, twist it right around the center, again making sure all of that ribbon is nice and secure and it's not going to go anywhere, giving it a couple of really good twists, and then that finishing touch for our last segment of our bow. We're going to fold that ribbon right in half, grab my scissors, cut on an angle, and that's going to create those beautiful dovetails that we love so much, or that I love so much. I always use the dovetail. I think it's a great finishing touch for our ribbon. So there is our segment 4 all done, and I'm going to go back right to the first segment we just did, which is the larger one. I'm going to play around with it a little bit, get it to where I want those bows and those tails. I take the second segment of our ribbon, use those pipe cleaners, and then I'm just going to wrap it right around the center of the first segment. So those 2 pipe cleaner stems go right around the center, and then I'm just going to twist those right in place, give it a couple of really good twists. I usually do about 3, 4, or 5 twists to make sure it's all there. and then I just cut off the excess. And we're not cutting the excess off of the first segment, just the new segment of our ribbon bow. And then I just fool around, fluff it up a little bit, move on to my third segment, and we're going to attach it the exact same way we did the previous segment. We're going to feed those pipe cleaners around to the back, give it a couple of really good twists. Like I said, 3 or 4 twists is good enough. Grab those scissors, cut the excess off. Again, we leave that first pipe cleaner on because that's how we're going to attach our bow. I flip it over, I fluff it up a little bit, kind of put the tails where I want them, put the bows where I want them, and then we're going to add that final segment on there the exact same way we did before. Just wrap it right around, twist it a couple of times, making sure that segment is nice and attached and it's not going to go anywhere. Then I'm going to grab my scissors, chop off the excess, flip it over, and now my favorite part, all my fluffers out there, it is time to fluff our bow. And I do spend a lot of time fluffing my bow, and what I do is I just put my fingers, you can kind of see right here, right inside that ribbon, and I just spread it apart, and that's kind of what I call fluffing up our bow. Here is our final result of our big, beautiful purple and lavender bow, ready for any base wreath. And like I said, you can use any kind of ribbon and pattern you want for your wreath. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload a new project. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye for now.